weird, bro. Like they don't want to claim to be African. They want to
No,
claim anything but
there's
being
been
African.
pretendians, black pretendians since the 1800s, and back then it was for survival. It was for running away from slavery, and now it's about clout and fucking attention. This will be the most attention they will ever get, though, and it's for being frauds. But I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So the caller comes in and says that, most of the black people we see here in America who talks about, this woke culture, they want to be Moorish American, they want to claim Morocco. Well, here is my DNA. I didn't make this up. This is my DNA. Almost 1% Moorish, which is an ancient sample, right? So even when you think about it being there, right, you think of 34%, right? You think of, okay, that's over a quarter. So that's over a quarter. So you're thinking like, okay, well, who did the Moors evolve to? Well, I have a large Bantu and Yoruba culture in my DNA as well. So you still see there's a percentage of Moorish DNA there, right? And I didn't make this up. This is what the scientists said, you know. And I also noticed too by listening to Joe, I think his name is Josiah, this guy right here. I think like just by listening to him, I can also hear he's been listening to Tosh Tariq Bey, because I can hear some of his samples in there. You know what I mean? I can hear some of his voice leads. He's also been listening to Tosh Tariq Bey, so I don't think nothing is wrong with, you identifying, but you can clearly see like, he's taking this to a level of berating, what he sees in Black America. And it's weird to me because it's like, you don't really have to do that. You know what I mean? Like it could just be bygones can be bygones. You know what I mean? Like disagree to like, I don't know, like agree to disagree in a sense. It doesn't have to always be about, pointing out the bad you see in a culture. Like, again, he's pointing out this, I think they're called the Hasby, right? This tribe in the back. He's pointing out the fact that how they live, right? It's nothing wrong with it, They have complete sovereignty in the nation that they're in over in Africa. They have complete sovereignty. Sure, the cameraman who's coming by documenting things like he's messing up their way of life, but he's giving them exposure as well, and they agree to it to a point, right? But again, I had to make this video because the caller, he's talking about the Moors, right? Well, again, here's my DNA. It's over a quarter of me being Moorish, so that's more than just one parent, right? One parent, because again, you got one parent, they have two parents, then both of them two parents, they have two parents apart, so that's four parents. So you got to really think about that, you know what I mean? You got to think about it. Great peace, Yakoki.